What's going on, guys? It's Smudger here. Let's talk the Haunting of Verdansk Part 2, all the Warzone challenges. It's a fantastic event. I am going to start off by saying that I've been blown away by just how good it is. But yeah, we'll run through all the challenges, any general tips that I found help with some of them. Some of them are just completion challenges, so you just kind of had to show up almost like participation medals. A couple of them, if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, could be a little bit trickier. None of them are super hard. Definitely less randomness when compared to the last Haunting event. I'll also have a Cold War video out when I've done them, but I did focus on Warzone when it came out to get them done. So let's jump into the actual challenges. So the first one is play 5 matches in Ghost of Verdansk. There's not much you can do to speed through that one. You have to play 5 matches. If you're really desperate to, for some reason, just get this blueprint it gives you, you could just load in a solo cube or with friends and just hit the ground twice and get yourself knocked out pretty early game, but you'll complete these as you play the match, so I won't worry too much about that one. And then you have earn a top 10 placement within the Ghost of Verdansk playlist. Again, not too difficult. The main issue you're going to have, of course, is staying alive that long. You're not going to come into too much contact from other humans. You know, there's not a huge amount of people hunting people down and stuff like that because there's so many other factors to take in and be aware of. The best advice I can do is head right to the centre of the circle, or where you think the centre of the circle will end up being. If you can play with friends, that's even better. Definitely make sure you're in a squad to give yourself a chance to redeploy. And all it means for a top 10 placement is you just need to stay alive. Do recons, you know, get yourself a loadout. You can run Ghost. I don't know if it keeps you off the radar of the Ghosts. I was personally running Tempered. You can try and run Ghost because the Ghosts do have a constant radar. But other than that, it really is a case of ratting. And people, once it gets like the 4th, 5th circle, die off pretty quick. Especially as people that have been playing it slow, trying not to get seen by ghosts, are trying to push in. And the next biggest tip I can give you, and I'm sorry to sink down to this level, is to use Kali sticks. The range they have on ghosts especially seems insane, and the range they have anyway is insane, but the range on ghosts, they just seem to like teleport across to hit you. So make sure you're running Kali sticks if you're not going to run overkill. And let's move on to the next one. The next one is eliminate 10 ghosts in the playlist. This should be pretty easy. You might not get it done all in one game, depending on how the game falls, but the ghosts are really easy to kill in terms of the time it takes to kill them. You don't get the greatest audio cues that are around because they're ghosts. But if your fear meter goes up, that's usually a pretty good indication that something's going wrong near you, even if they're not specifically focused on you. But they die within like a handful of shots. They're not difficult to kill. They can just be a bit tricky to locate. Again, this will be something that the longer you stay alive in a game, the more ghosts there are, the easier it is as a general rule to kill them. This only took me like 2 games to do. It's really not too bad, I found. And then we have eliminate 10 humans as a human. Standard battle royale rules. You'll pick up at, you know, maybe a few kills early game, a few kills late game, a few kills as you see someone rotating away from ghosts. By all means, if you're struggling with this, camp a safe zone, or sacred ground I think it's called, and I don't usually condone that sort of behaviour because it's a pain in the ass to try and do one of the later challenges, but just camp it. If you're really struggling to get any kills whatsoever, do that. It's not pretty, don't make a habit of it, it's not good etiquette, but that would be one of the best ways to do it, unfortunately. And then we have eliminate 5 humans as a ghost. Pretty easy, they feel like they take less to kill than they did when we were zombies. I don't know if that's just maybe the people I've found have been low on health. But 1, the audio cues, there isn't many, so they don't hear you coming, and 2, you have the added ability to teleport. So the best way I found to do it is to charge jump and then teleport just as you're kind of coming down on your arc from the jump to put you, you know, 10 feet closer to the enemy, and then just start swinging. As long as they don't get the first shot in you, you should be pretty good to go. It's the case of finding an enemy that's not looking directly at you, essentially. If they see you coming, like, you don't really stand much chance, so be patient. You'll see in the fight on screen, you know, those 2 players knew where I were, but I still knew where I was. They still managed to get kind of bamboozled, they got distracted by other people, other ghosts, and managed to get my kill. It really is as easy as that. It's just about patience and using that teleport to your advantage, because it's a great way to just kind of clip yourself forward a few feet and give yourself that little advantage. And then we have, as a ghost, collect 3 souls or perform a finishing move on a human to redeploy. 3 souls is pretty easy to find. They're marked as like little skulls, similar to the vials and the zombies one. You could perform a finishing move if you find a human that's not paying attention, you get behind them. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can collect your own soul, so when it redeploys you, if you're feeling brave, you could go and just pick up your own soul, you know, put it in your pocket, store it for later, and then find 2 others. And that wasn't so bad. I feel like most people will come across just running around the map enough souls to do that. And then we have use 3 sacred ground locations to reduce your fearometer. It's called a fear meter, isn't it? I don't know why I made it jazzy with fearometer, but either way, you can do this right at the start. So in the first game I dropped in, I killed a couple of people and then just hopped into the sacred zone by chance as I was trying to get away from someone else. And that counted. It reduced my fear meter, probably not by much, but it reduced it enough for it to count. So go early game to these before anyone's really established camping them. Like I said earlier, people might do, and they have been. So just go early for that one, hop in, and there you go. Easy as that. Answer 3 phones. This I thought would be a lot trickier than it is. 1, the phones ring so loud, and 2, they seem to spawn in the same place. And the 2 best kind of places to do, because you can answer the same phone multiple times. I answered the same phone twice and it counted in the same match. Is TV station. They're huge red phones with a red light on it. You'd be hard to miss it. And 1 in bank, kind of to the south of TV station. You'll see in this clip I actually mistake it for the wrong phone this time. We're not going to talk about that. But they are pretty easy to find, so try TV station, try this bank. They're the only ones I've come across because I kind of stopped looking for them once I did it. Fairly easy to find, they're pretty loud. Searching buildings, TV station's the way to go for sure. Otherwise this bank, if you're looking for kind of like an odds-on one to find. And finally we have experienced 3 hallucinations with a full fear meter. So of course your fear meter sits kind of like in the bottom left of your screen as you look at it. It's pretty easy to get a full one. You may just not survive long enough in order to experience the hallucination, because a full fear meter means a lot of scary encounters and a lot of close encounters with the spectral kind. But it's not difficult to get up there. I'd 100% recommend maybe staying low near a sacred ground, letting your fear meter build as people run past and ghosts come past, trying to survive that way, and then hopping to the sacred ground to lower it back down, and you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It is about kind of staying alive whilst being near danger. It's a bit of a contradictory statement, is you just need to be near danger. You don't need to be engaged in it, you just need to be near danger. And the hallucinations will just happen on their own once it hits that kind of full fear meter effect. And so there are all the challenges, all 9 challenges. I hope that helped. These were actually really fun to do. They weren't difficult, but they were like engaging to do. And the game mode itself is just great. I really do like it. But let me know if you're struggling with any like specific aspects of any one challenge. I'll be in the comments for a little bit, you know, just hanging about, answering any questions. If you can't find anything, if anything wasn't clear, let me know in the comments and I'll reply. If this did help you, give it a like, subscribe if you want to find your way back. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.